Okay.
Ooh.
Hello, everyone. It's Geeks of the Roundtable. It's episode 53, our first Saturday episode. Welcome, everyone. My name is Ren, of course, and I'm joined by my co-host Zach Pope. How are you doing today, Zach?
Doing great, man, for a Saturday show. Gonna be a
Yeah,
blast.
it is. It is. And before we get started, everyone, don't forget last week's movie for this week's movie club was I Saw the Devil. So if you saw during this past week I Saw the Devil, let us know your
I'm gonna
thoughts
watch
in the
it
comments
today.
below.
I'm gonna watch
Yes.
it today. I've been busy watching My Hero. I'm so
No,
close to
that's a
that last
priority.
bit.
That's a priority. You're doing
I
it
know.
right. You're doing it right.
I know.
But yes, if you've seen I Saw the Devil, let us know your thoughts. We're gonna get going a little bit with the topics, then remind other people as they come in, hopefully, to talk about the movie. So let us start with our first topic and thank Demonice Scott, Nate Ankenbauer, Jordan Morgan, Real James for being here. Hello, everyone. Welcome, 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 and thank you for being here. Zach, let's start off with a sad news topic because earlier this week it was announced that Kim's Convenience, an amazing show that is on Netflix for my American friends and also my UK friends, if you have Netflix, you should watch Kim's Convenience. It was announced that they decided not to do a sixth season and that the show would be coming to an end after this fifth one that is currently airing on the CDC. Let me read the statement made by the producers. To our amazing fans, authenticity of storytelling is at the center of the success of Kim's Convenience. At the end of production season 5, our two co-creators confirmed they were moving on to other projects. Given their departure from the series, we have come to the difficult conclusion we cannot deliver another season of the same heart and quality as that has made this show so special. Kim's Convenience has meant so much to our cast, writers, crew, and audiences around the world. Despite the restrictions and complications of shooting during the pandemic, Season 5 is our finest season to date. It's been a privilege and a very great pleasure to work with the Kim's family of gifted writers and performance for the last 5 years. Thank you to our fans for the love and support you've given this show. Signed, the producers. Zach, you're very recent to Kim's Convenience, am I correct?
Yeah,
So,
I'm literally first
what do you-
season still.
Yeah. All right.
So,
What are you thinking of the show, and how did you feel when you saw this?
I fucking love it. I love the show. You've been telling me to watch it for a while, and I love it
Yes.
to death. It's so sweet, sincere, funny, and our Shang-Chi's in it. You know what I mean? Shang-Chi's also in it. Which that's not how you say Shang-Chi, correct? You're supposed to. It's
Yes,
like,
Shang-Chi. Yeah.
oh, see, I heard Kevin Feige say it a different way. So, maybe I understand.
Maybe he said Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi. That's how he said
Okay,
it.
I've always heard Shang-Chi, but
That's how I've
maybe
always
Kevin
heard it
Feige's
too.
right.
So, I don't know. Anyways, it's sad, but there's different things that I look at it. I say, a show that the producers are like, this is our best season yet. The producers are main reason of why it's so great. So why continue? You know what I mean? I can understand that on a level because I was looking at the people who are leaving are the people who created the show and also the original version of it too. So it's like, you lose out on two different things. You take that risk and you still have, that to do. But if you also don't, I don't know. I feel like they could have taken the risk personally and done at least one more season.
Yeah.
Because the new season hasn't come out yet, right?
It's airing right now in Canada, but it's not out for us yet.
So I'll say this: I really hope it's not a cliffhanger. That's what I'll say. I hope it's overall pretty good. I do have a feeling though, and hear me out. I have a feeling someone will pick it up. It seems like the producers
Hopefully.
aren't shipping it around, but I would be kind of shocked if a Netflix doesn't come up and they're like, "We'll finish this show. Give us like a movie, do a movie or something." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In some sense, or like an hour series, something of that nature, to finish out the show. And I think, again, this is a popular show. It's always like number one in Netflix. Not number one, but up there. I have a feeling there's that discussion. Because it has nothing to do with Simu. It has nothing to do with any of the cast who, I mean, when you think about it, they're all kind of blowing up in their own right. So I hope I hope that this season feels like a finale, because then it's kind of screwed if they're leaving and they just kind of were like, oh yeah, we finished it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you guys left it open. So we'll definitely see, but I have a feeling it's not the end of it.
I hope you're right. I will say this. I've seen all the 4 seasons that are available to me, and they usually end in a way that clearly that season is over. I'm sure the lives of the characters continue, but we just will pick up whenever we come back. So cliffhangers is not usually their thing, so I'm not counting on a cliffhanger. What will suck is the arcs that will be left unfinished, because one of the biggest arcs in this show is Jung's, played by Simu Liu, and Appa's, played by Paul Sun-Young Lee. You followed me on Twitter, and it was like, whoa.
I saw that.
I was blown away. But their relationship is something that still needs to be fixed, and I don't think they were writing this season with that in mind, because the show had already been picked up for a 6th season, which is a reason this cancellation hurts all the more, because we were already counting on a 6th one. A 6th one was already promised. So I'm with you, Zach. I'm very sad, but I hope there's at least an attempt. Because Netflix being the home of Kim's Convenience for the rest of the world outside of Canada, I don't see them at least not trying to, hey, we can finish the show. Then in comes the negotiations with the original creators and whatnot.
Like,
but I hope there's...
You couldn't do one more season?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's... I don't know. It's just weird that, like, they're just leaving. Like, I went and looked. It doesn't.
I think,
but they've done a lot.
I think something happened. Yes,
oh,
but I think something. I have no idea what exactly happened, but something happened because the statement, maybe, or at least that's the politically correct way of saying that something happened. But the way Simu Liu worded his statement that he put out on Twitter. Yeah. It just felt like, okay, something happened behind the scenes.
It seems like they were all shocked. Yeah. It seems like they were, and they all found out through Twitter. It looks like it really, or they had found out like just a couple minutes before they announced it.
Yeah, either that, or at least they knew that it might get canceled, but they weren't sure, and then they got the sure thing through Twitter, which again
sucks.
is a
That's
shame.
Terrible.
Yeah, it's a shame. So. Let us know what you guys think about this cancellation. What do you think of Kim's Convenience? If you have been watching it, whether you're in Canada, the States, Europe, Australia, Asia, anywhere, please watch this show. What was that?
It's Fing Fang's fault.
It's Fing Fang, yeah. So I'm for sure sending this to the dungeon. I don't like this decision whatsoever.
No, I agree with you. I'm gonna send it too.
I hate it.
It sucks. Because especially since, like, from what I've heard, each season gets better. So, like, it's not like you have an office on your hands where, like, the show after Michael leaves is almost unbearable with the story arcs. It's still funny, but, like, it's pretty bad with the story
You just see a big Michael Scott shaped hole throughout the show. Yeah.
Yeah, and they're all trying to fill it. Like that's exactly
I don't know if the show gets better. But I will say it's consistent. Like, it never gets worse than it was. That I don't remember a particular episode that I disliked or thought it was just okay. I always have fun with all the episodes of that show, especially the canned ravioli episode. That episode is amazing. All right, everyone. Let us know your thoughts on Kim's Convenience. And hello to Happy Dude, Tony Movie Chappie, M-Chat, Newt, Tyler Van. Let us know your thoughts on I Saw the Devil if you've seen it from the past week till this one, because we want to talk about that. But before we do that, let's move on to our second main topic. And earlier this week, Zach, Disney had a shareholders meeting for 2021. What?
That you did a live stream on.
I did a live stream for. I was reacting to it because I just didn't know what to expect.
My favorite thing that you react, because I was watching it. My favorite thing you reacted to was the guy who called about Kathleen Kennedy. Dude,
no, it wasn't that. It was the guy saying the Gina Carano and whatnot. This is the way, and I lost it.
Did you? But you laughed at the Kathleen Kennedy one too, right?
I laughed at that too. I was like, "Oh Jesus Christ, what a dumbass!" But the other one, the Gina Carano one, I couldn't hold.
I was
the
reading it.
Back.
Apparently, they usually screen the questions, but this time they couldn't.
Yeah,
And
I think they only screened it for the shareholders. That's the thing.
Dude, I was freaking laughing so hard. I'm like, guys, shut the fuck up. Like, why would they get rid of someone who's making them money?
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, and Gina Carano was just losing them money at that point. You have her Funko Pop, right?
I do. It somewhere to my right.
Because they just discontinued it officially.
Oh, I did. I'm going to sell this one, to be honest. I don't even mind selling this one.
Is? So, like, I have the Black series of her still in the box. I almost took her out. A couple weeks ago, but I was like, I'm gonna keep it because I have like 3 Mandalorians on the wall that are still in the box. And I usually like buying like if I like the figure, but I don't know. There's something about her. So right now on.
I bet it's Funko still Pop, regular priced.
It's still around there. It's going around 44 to 50, which...
Yeah. So hold on to your Gina Carano Pops. Yeah, sure.
220 to 155.
Jesus.
And she was only like going for like 40, like before...
Yeah. You hold on to that one a bit longer.
Oh, yeah.
It's gonna
spike. What I was even thinking? I'm like, if for some reason they decided to recast her anyways, the figure would still be worth money because... she's gonna look different.
Oh yeah, for sure. That's what I'm saying. I'm not selling this one anytime soon. I'm gonna just keep my eye on how much it's spiking in terms of price.
Yeah.
But yeah, Disney had the shareholders meeting. They had this big call, and I did a live reaction because I was waiting on something for Blak Widow. I was sure they were going to say something about Blak Widow, and they did. They did, but the shocking thing was they addressed the situation like nothing was happening. They got to Blak Widow, they said, Blak Widow coming out on May 7th in theaters everywhere. And boom, just moved on. That's it. And I was extremely shocked, but Zach, the news here is Bob Chapek, the CEO, confirms that Blak Widow is still coming out on May 7th. It's not moving. It's not getting a hybrid release. It's just coming to theaters. How are you feeling about this?
First off, did they mention how Raya did at all?
No. I don't believe they talked about how much Raya did.
I was curious about their how it did on Premiere Access because a lot of my friends got it on Premiere Access. A lot of my friends with kids. And a lot of friends, which I was surprised, and all of them told me, I wish I would have gone and seen that in the theaters. A lot of them didn't even know it was in the theaters. A lot of them only thought it was on Disney Plus. So that's something that happened. So Blak Widow. So I'm assuming this month they're pushing that marketing now. They're gonna push it heavy. I'm gonna say it right now. If they market the film really good, it's going to make a fuck ton of money in the United States. And I think because when do theaters open back up in the UK?
It's late May.
Late May. Oh, I thought it was April. Okay.
At least in London. I'm not sure if it's the whole UK, but at least in London,
other places it opens up at least. Because I was reading somewhere that some guy who lives in the Europe or the UK, he was saying, "Oh, thank God, my theater opens up for Godzilla vs. Kong on April 2nd." Mm-hmm. Yeah. So okay, but we know that like Japan and China, they are like smashing records with like stuff like this. So Blak Widow's gonna kill in one of those two. I think probably China. I think Blak Widow will kill it because they really like Marvel stuff.
Yeah.
I think Blak Widow's gonna. It's not gonna be like the biggest thing in the world. But it'll make money. I'm predicting 40 to 50 million opening. I think it will hit that because it's 90%. By the time next week when California theaters officially open, that's 90% of the box office back open. Now at that point, the only thing you have is occupancy. But what this makes me think and feel is what they're gonna do. And so when you go to the movie theaters and big films out like Blak Widow, maybe 4 or 5 of the theaters are playing it. I guarantee they'll start getting rid of other films playing to put Blak Widow. You won't need 30 little movies in there anymore, which sucks for the independent films. That absolutely does. But
true,
we gotta bring these movie theaters back in some way, shape, or form, and we gotta show. And Blak Widow kills. I'm telling you right now, other movies are gonna move up.
Oh yeah.
I have a gut feeling. Now, hear me out. I have a gut feeling. If Blak Widow does good, Venom moves up a month.
Mm-hmm.
I think Venom will move up a month, or Venom will move back to the safe thing of October, September, which honestly it should just be there because that's where that first film killed. And if you want to make sure that film does good, do that. Also, I see a battery dying on your screen.
Oh. That shouldn't be a problem because I have a dummy battery. It's
That's what I thought.
To my plug. So
okay.
If it goes down, I guess I'll just use the other camera. But I don't understand why it's giving off that signal. I apologize, everyone.
No, you're fine. I think it looks cool. You kind of like got a little tattoo. You're like the new Hitman. But yeah, no. Blak Widow, man. I'm pumped. We finally get to fucking see it. But you know what else that means? We're getting the Eternals this year.
That's true. That's true.
And Spider-Man and everything.
For sure. All right. I'm in a different position than you because my theaters aren't open until late May. So I'm not ready to send this to the dungeon because I think it's a good thing that they're maintaining the date, they're maintaining the theatrical release.
They're kind of doing what Tenet did. They're kind of rolling it out as it comes out.
Yeah, but I'm not sure how I'm going to watch it. Yeah, but I'm not sure how I'm going to watch it. I just don't know because I don't want to wait. I got to review the movie.
Would you go far?
Won't get a screener.
Would you go far if you could?
I'd go like an hour tops because London is big. Like I can go 1 hour away from where I'm at and still be in London.
I'm gonna start doing research for you. I'm finding a movie theater for you.
So for me, it's tough right now. I can't. I don't think it's fair to send it to the dungeon, but I can't quite night it either. Because right now,
right?
Yeah.
So
right now, I don't like this decision.
May 17th is the date.
7th.
That's crazy. 17th.
When the theaters open, you mean?
Yes.
Okay. I thought you were talking about the release of Blak Widow.
No. So, okay. So I found a whole website that shows the release dates of like the whole entire world. When they open, when they're closed, stuff like that. So let me go through.
Okay.
Keep talking. I'll just kind of butt in.
So what I was saying is just I can't quite be happy about it because I don't know how I'm going to watch the film. And I want to review it, and I don't want to review it 10 days later.
Well, you don't want to get, like, spoiled, too.
I don't want to get spoiled. I'm already going to get very low views, so I don't want to review it 10 days later when the reviews are going to be even longer.
I think Disney should be... I feel like they should do it, like, where theaters aren't open. Premiere access.
Yeah, I think so, too. Or delay it a little bit, like I was saying they would, like... 3 weeks, something like that, yeah. Because most places are going to open right after that May 7th release date.
So everywhere is around March and April. And then the UK is literally the only place in the world that's... So here's the thing, though. Wherever drive-in theaters are near you, just so you know, they are allowed to reopen on the 12th. Any outdoor theaters.
Yeah, we don't have a car.
Fuck. Do you guys have Uber or something?
It's gonna get expensive.
Dude, but it's worth it.
Dude, come with us. We're gonna watch Blak Widow.
Make a whole vlog out of it. Seriously, make a whole vlog out of it. Be like everyone, get everyone you can into a little minivan Uber. Have you guys all split it up. Tell the Uber driver you'll pay for the drive-in.
Yeah. Because I have the monetary stability to do that.
Please, guys, everyone send him super chats. Send him super chats.
If you want a question, if you want your question answered right away, you should definitely send super chats, or if you just want to support the channel in general. But yeah, right now I'm going to tap out on this one. I'm not going to give a verdict. It feels too unfair. But what's your verdict, Zach, about this Blak Widow maintaining its release date?
Can I put it in the middle? Because while I'm excited that I get to see it by that date at least, I'm sad that like you won't be able to. I think that's kind of... I hope, you never know, the UK might open up early. I don't know how your cases are.
Hopefully,
though. I
yeah.
really don't. I don't know how your vaccinations are rolling out.
I believe they're going down, but I really don't have the precise notion that I should have.
Look at Ryan
Oh
O'Toole.
shit!
Dude, look at Ryan.
Oh shit! Ryan to the rescue! Damn, Ryan! Thank you so much for the Uber driver and Ren, of course. Thank you so much. Wow. Thank you.
Look at that! Look at that!
Thank you so much.
If you got enough money, would you do it?
The thing is, I don't know.
Okay, so I don't. Again, this is like an American kind of thought. So.
Yeah, I don't know if I have drive-ins here.
Do you guys have like U-Haul and U-Haul and stuff, like the trucks you can rent to like move stuff?
I think we have some companies like that, but not that specific one.
So what my friend does, and this is really fucked up. So if U-Haul is watching this for some reason, do not say anything. So it's $20 per day or something like that to rent one of these, and then it adds on like however many miles you drive and stuff.
Yeah.
Dude, this guy, that's what he uses to drive to different places. Like, instead of renting a car, that's what he uses because it's so much cheaper.
Wow, okay.
Do that.
Yeah.
And then literally return it. Think about it.
That's
you
true.
Just sit in a truck. You and Bruno can go sit in a truck and go watch Blak Widow.
Yeah. I don't know if there are any drive-ins here, but... It's worth taking a look at for sure.
I'll find you one. I'm gonna find you one. I'm gonna make Kevin Feige get you one.
Again, thank you so much for the donation, Ryan. It really means a lot, my man. Thank you.
Okay.
All right.
Do you
let's
know
move on to our
drive-in cinemas are.
No. Luna?
Yes.
Like
I'll find out where
Luna.
Mm-hmm.
Luna drive-in cinema. Here it is. The Luna Drive-In Cinema, the UK's most exciting. Hang on, I can see it on the maps.
Okay.
Here it is. It's in London. Okay, that's. There's two of them. Oh, it's in Ascot. Ascot's gonna be very far away, I'm guessing. Hangar. Yeah, 2 hours, 1 hour 40 to get there. And I have to take the train, not even the subway, the underground. Like the actual train. Jesus. Anyway, alright, let's go to our third topic. Ladies and gentlemen, and thank you, Henry Stanley, John Fire, Ryan O'Toole, of course, Jorge, Newt, Tyler Van, Hakuna Machatter. Thank you everyone for being here. Our third topic, Zach, has to relate to the DC movie that I still only believe it will happen when I actually see it. That is The Flash. 3 kind of pieces of news in one go. Maribel Verdú, I hope that's how I pronounce her name, has joined The Flash as Barry Allen's mother, Nora Allen. You can say her name coming soon. With Kiersey Clemens' Iris West being confirmed to return for the film earlier this week, which I was not shocked to hear at all.
I was actually surprised by that, but I'm happy that they kept her.
I just assumed. The cast for the Ezra Miller-led The Flash is getting a new addition as Goya Award winner Maribel Verdú, Pan's Labyrinth, has signed on to star as the Scarlet Speedster's mother, according to The Hollywood Reporter. And then there's an update from yesterday. The Hollywood Reporter's Boris Kitt took to Twitter to confirm that the role of Henry Allen, Barry's father, who was previously portrayed by Emmy winner Billy Crudup in Justice League, will be, and it's going to be super weird now seeing him in the Snyder Cut, in the Justice League, will be recast after the actor dropped out due to scheduling conflicts, which, understandable, it
He's
happens.
filming the morning show, that's why.
It happens.
The contract he signed to.
Yeah,
where like
it happens. Yes. It happens. I understand. I'm not blaming WB. I'm not blaming Billy. I'm not blaming Andy Muschietti. Nobody's. It's not a matter of blame, but this really, really sucks. The actress herself, Maribel, I've only seen her in Pan's Labyrinth, and she's awesome in that. So good casting. Barry Allen's mother is kind of extremely important to the character. So is the father. So is the father.
Story.
Yes. So it sucks. It sucks that Billy Crudup is getting recast.
So
but
underrated.
I'm looking on the bright side on this one and saying, okay, they're not completely dropping the father off the script. They're recasting because they understand, hopefully, how important Henry Allen is to this story. Zach, how are you feeling about all these kind of little snippets of news within this one new casting edition?
So at first, I'm about to sneeze, so if I sneeze, I apologize. But
No worries.
at first, I was like, oh, that sucks. They're not gonna have the dad. I'm like, how the fuck are you gonna not have the dad in this? We still don't even know who the villain of this movie is, and I think they've said it's not Reverse Flash, which still kind of like makes me like, really not Reverse Flash.
It's really stupid.
Okay, I hope that's just a coy thing. I really hope it is Reverse Flash, because I know a lot of us are done with like, oh, Flash versus Flash, Superman versus, I know we're tired of that, but like,
I'm not.
Reverse Flash is Flash's best villain. Like, honestly, like my second favorite Flash villain is Gorilla Grodd, but that's just because I fucking love Gorilla Grodd. He's just like a really cool villain. Other than that, like, I mean, Zoom's cool and stuff, but like, Reverse Flash is the coolest villain and the best villain. So I hope somehow, some way, shape, or form he's in there. And he kills Barry's mom, right, in the comics?
Yeah.
So
he's the one.
he has to be in it. He has to be in it. There's no way, shape, and form you don't keep that the same. I digress, but I am really sad. I love the actress that they're picking for her mom. The only thing I've ever seen her in is Pan's Labyrinth. She's fantastic in there. Leave it from there. She's an important character. I think the dad character, though, is more important, and now I'm more interested to see if they get him in there. Because I love Billy Crudup.
They will for sure get him.
And I'll be honest,
otherwise they wouldn't announce that they were
I think
casting.
they've already casted the dad.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I just don't think it's come out. Like, I think they've probably known that Billy probably wasn't going to be a part of the project for quite a while, and they're kind of just going for it. The other thing I will say, I have a feeling with the Billy Crudup role, with him not being in there, it just sucks because Billy is such an excellent actor, and that role is so good and meaty that, like, just a little part of him in the Justice League we saw, he's so good. So I'm a little sad that he's not going to be returning, but I'm interested to see who they get back. I'm still, like...
Is there anyone in your mind? Is there anyone you'd... Bless you. Is there anyone in your mind you'd cast as Henry Allen?
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know, because Billy Crudup was such a... Like, if you would have asked me, I would have been like, oh, no. So I don't think so, but maybe another Watchmen person, since, Batman's dad in this universe is someone from Watchmen. I was about to say Patrick Wilson, but he's an Aquaman, so
he's Orm.
I don't know, and you can't... Rorschach doesn't fit what's so fucking
Nah.
Nah, he would play a good Reverse Flash, though. Jackie would play a really good Reverse Flash. I wouldn't love that pick, but like I could see him playing it. I'm still in the camp. I want Michael C. Hall or Matthew McConaughey to play a Reverse Flash, but
I want Dan Stevens.
Dan Stevens is another great one. So fingers crossed. I think the film's supposed to go into production in April, so I think by the beginning of April we'll kind of know the main cast.
It shouldn't be too long for us to know who Henry Allen is.
Set photo wise, do we see Keaton in the suit? I was going to ask you, do you think we see Ben Affleck in the suit or no?
Yes.
You think he's going to show up as Batman in the suit? I think he's just Bruce Wayne. Nah,
no.
No. You think?
No.
I hope
I'm
wrong. I was wondering that yesterday.
I hope you're wrong too. Jesus, no. You're bringing him back and not putting him on the suit? How dare you? That's disgusting.
Yeah, but this is his last one. This is the last one.
I know. And especially because of that. Put him in the suit. It's his last one.
I was talking to Griffin about this, about the Snyderverse and it continuing and stuff, and it's really interesting to hear that he really believes that, like, they'll continue it in some way, shape, or form. And he really believes that we're going to get that Ben Affleck thing. and I hope he's right. I would love to
I
see a
hope he's
Ben
right
Affleck
too, man.
direct. And even if it lives on HBO Max, I'd be fucking fine with that because they
Yeah,
need
that'd
original
be perfect.
content. They need original
Yeah,
content.
I think that'd be awesome. I don't believe it, but I
Mm-hmm.
hope he's right. I hope Griffin is onto something there.
I am too.
But yeah, it sucks for Billy Crudup again to be out, but I'm just really happy that they realize Henry Allen is kind of important. I myself also don't have like someone off the top of my head that I'd cast in the role, but I'd be very curious to see what you guys watching right now think. Anyone that comes to mind that you'd cast as Henry Allen in The Flash. I am knighting the casting of the actress for Nora Allen, casting the decision to bring Iris back because duh. Like you, Zach, I'm afraid that they're not making Reverse Flash the villain. I think it can work as long as it is a speedster. Like for the adaptation, instead of Reverse Flash having been the one who killed Barry's mother, it could have been Zoom or Godspeed or Savitar. As long as it is a speeder, I think it works. It's kind of a pain in the ass that you're replacing Reverse Flash just to replace Reverse Flash. But either way, the casting is great, and it's great that they're keeping the father in the film because he's really kind of fucking important to the Flash. All right, let's move on to our penultimate topic, and our penultimate topic comes to us for something that we already talked about at least once on the show, but nevertheless, it has now been confirmed. Michael B. Jordan is directing Creed 3, and MGM has set it to a Thanksgiving 2022 release. Jordan said in a statement, "Directing has always been an aspiration, but the timing had to be right. Creed 3 is that moment. A time in my life where I've grown more sure of who I am, holding agency in my own story, maturing personally, growing professionally, and learning from the greats like Ryan Coogler, most recently Denzel Washington, and other top-tier directors I respect, all of which sets the table for this moment. This franchise, and in particular the themes of Creed 3, which it already says he already knows the story, he already knows where they're heading, are deeply personal to me. I look forward to sharing the next chapter of Adonis Creed's story with the awesome responsibility of being its director and namesake." I'm pretty much
He's gonna fucking kill it.
I'm pretty much going to say what we already said the last time when there were rumors that Michael B. Jordan would be the director. Zach, I like this very much.
Who's
I'm
writing
super
the script
excited.
real fast? I can't see. I see it down there. It's being penned by.
Writing the script is Keenan Coogler, who wrote Space Jam: A New Legacy. Must be related to Ryan Coogler in some way. And Zach Balin, who wrote King Richard, the story about Serena Williams' dad, Will Smith, that's coming out. And the story outline is from Ryan Coogler. So Ryan Coogler basically told them it would be cool to see these beats and whatnot through the story.
Yeah. And like I said, this is his brother. Yeah. And a big thing is people got to remember, Ryan Coogler is producing Space Jam 2. So so this is kind of big that I look at this and I'm like, Ryan must be really impressed with what he did with Space Jam.
True. That's true.
Yeah, because Keenan Coogler, and then produced by Ryan Coogler. So yeah, he was one of the main producers of it. I'm really excited for. I love Creed 1 and 2. I honestly, I'll say it here now. I love the original Rocky, but Creed's my favorite Rocky film, like that whole franchise.
Okay, Zach's gone. Everybody.
I fuck you. Hey, I love.
Continue, my friend.
Dude, I got a Rocky glove signed by Sylvester Stallone. So like.
What?
Yeah, dude. One time, my dad came home, and he told me and my sister to come downstairs, and he was like, well, this is something in the United States. There's a lot of places that do like auctions and stuff with like signed memorabilia.
Yeah.
And my dad went. And it wasn't busy, but they were like giving so my dad put down for like all this stuff, and he goes, it wasn't even that much. So he got my sister, because she loves Taylor Swift, she got her a signed guitar, and he got me a Rocky glove, but no one else was bidding. So like it wasn't that much. Like you think it would be a ton of money. It wasn't though. So like I have a whole thing signed by him. It's down there with like my memorabilia stuff. Like I can't wait till like I move out and I can have like a whole area for Creed and Rocky, because I love like I told you, man, I love Creed and Rocky. I love that original Rocky film. It's so freaking good. But for some reason Creed just hit it for me. And I think a lot of it is I love how Rocky's the mentor in there. I fucking love it. It was Sylvester Stallone's best performance. I still contend he should have won the Oscar that year. Mark Rylance, I always look at it this way. Like, if I was voting for the Oscars and, you know, I see the Oscar nominees come out and, you know, I see a Mark Rylance versus a Sylvester Stallone. Well, which one's probably going to get nominated again? Probably Rylance, you know, and I'm pretty sure he got nominated a couple of years after that. So I'm like, you know, Stallone, I think, is the stronger, no matter what I would have said, Stallone is the stronger person, but I would have definitely voted on him even more because, you know, he did that thing. So it's like this instance, if the Oscars went out this year and, you know, the best actors was Hopkins, Chadwick, Delroy Lindo, not going to happen, but I hope to God it does, Steven Yeun, and Riz Ahmed. Honestly, you know, as much... What the fuck just fell? What the fuck just fell? Okay, I'll go figure it out in a second when you talk. I'm gonna vote for Chadwick. It's his last performance. I fully believe it's his best performance ever, because it is. Even though, I know people could talk shit about 2020 and how bad of a year it was. This is the most stacked Oscars I think we've had in a while. Because I believe any of those people could win. Especially when you look at Chadwick and Anthony. Anthony Hopkins turns in his best performance he's ever given.
Yeah, since Silence of the Lambs, at least. I'm voting for Anthony myself, but I honestly won't be mad if Chadwick wins. I'm again super excited for this. I prefer Rocky 1, I will say that. But Creed 1 is so good. The first Creed is so unbelievably good, and I was so surprised at how much I liked the second one. Again, I apologize for the dying battery. I don't know how to take it out, but I have a dummy battery, so the camera won't go out, so don't worry, guys. Okay, he's back? No, not yet. But yeah, I'm super excited for Creed 3. I'm super excited to have Michael B. Jordan directing. He seems to have learned a lot. And this is kind of the right thing for him to start. You start with something small, but something you're familiar with. You don't start with a huge blockbuster, though I'm sure Creed 3 will have a budget. But again, super, super excited, super stoked for more Creed, to see what Michael B. Jordan can do behind the camera.
What did you think of Coming to America, the new one? I didn't get to see a review. Yeah. Okay. I'm really sad that we didn't get to see the Ryan Coogler version.
Oh, that's right. Ryan Coogler was going to do one. Yeah.
Yeah. I love how he reviews stuff.
I forget about it because I wasn't paying attention to Coming to America until right before it was coming out, because I hadn't seen the original until right before the new one came
neighbors. Fuck you. Fuck you too.
Yes. Fuck you too. Zach, what's your verdict though on Michael B. Jordan directing Creed 3 and the release date in 2022?
Stacked as shit. Smart to put it in November again. Yeah. Very smart. Yeah. And in a year where things are getting pushed and coming out later, 2022 makes me so excited, man. I hope we get to see this in theaters, because I love the first two in theaters, and I'm just excited because, man, I was thinking about this today. My most anticipated list next year is going to be so hard. Like, I know Batman's my number one. I know Lightyear's probably my number 2.
Same.
And you have Doctor Strange. You have Aquaman 2, I'm pretty sure is next year too. Avatar 2.
Supposedly,
Spider-Verse 2. This now... I feel like isn't a new Transformers also? There's a lot. There's a lot. I mean,
yeah,
because the guy who did Creed 2 is doing the next Transformers.
Yeah, but I just don't know if it is next year.
You know, let's figure it out.
Yeah. But all right, I said I'm knighting this. Zach, you're knighting it as well. Let's move on to our final topic, the thumbnail topic, ladies and gentlemen. This past week, Avatar, the original 2009 Avatar, was re-released in China, and well, it didn't need to do that much money to beat Avengers Endgame for the #1 box office film of all time. So it made that money. And now it is once again, 2 years later, a little under 2 years later, it is once again the #1 box office film of all time. I don't remember the numbers exactly, but it's
I looked it up last night.
2.779 something billion.
Yeah, it literally beat Endgame by like pennies.
Yes. And you're watching this. I know, Zach knows, this is just a ploy for Disney to next year put in the trailers and whatnot, boom, for #1 box office film of all time, and now there's a sequel. But the next Avengers film that comes out, they're gonna put Avengers back on the silver screen, and we're gonna go watch it. I know I am. I know Zach is. I know most of you are, if not all of you are. And we're gonna make Avengers Endgame the #1 again. And then when Avatar 3 comes out, they're gonna put Avatar 2 again, and the first Avatar is gonna be the #1 again. And it's gonna be a cycle. It's going to be a cycle because this is Disney. This is Disney in competition with Disney. Whether they start to surpass each other each one at a time or they don't, Disney wins because the money all goes to them, my friends. So this is a one-person competition. It's Disney competing with themselves because they got #1, #2, and #3 guarantees because Titanic also belongs to them. So don't think that this is a James Cameron thing trying to stick it to Disney and whatnot. No, this is Disney. This is Disney competing with themselves. So, I of course I prefer Endgame to be the #1 box office film of all time. But honestly, I don't care. This win, it's only a matter of time for Avatar to be dethroned. And then when Endgame wins the #1 again, it's only going to be a matter of time for Endgame to be dethroned again. And then we're just keep going on this infinite cycle. Zach, how are you feeling about it? Are you surprised? Are you mad? Are you happy?
No, I'm not mad or sad or any of that nature because honestly, weirdly enough, as much as I love Endgame being #1, I also like that an original property is #1. Like, it's unprecedented. If you go look at the box office for Avatar, especially in the United States, it made $77 million opening weekend. The next weekend, it hit 75. That's never. It usually drops 50% nowadays. And from there, it was like 77. Me and my girlfriend were looking at it last year because she thought it was like open to 200 million, all this stuff. I'm like, no. It was 77, 75, 68, 54. And then it bumped back up to 58. It went up like 2 weeks in a row. Like, Avatar is a phenomenon. And I think something needs... And now, again, back then, there wasn't box office, big film after big film after big film after big film. It's a little different nowadays. Most films get their money for opening weekend. That's it. They don't do good. That's it. Some films still live, but I'm really, it's cool. And I know a lot of people were like talking shit about Avatar, like, oh, the next one's not going to make money, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to tell you guys, what did James Cameron do? He made one of the best sequels of all time, Terminator 2. What else did he do? He made Aliens. One of the best sequels of all time, like people think it is. I don't think it is. But anyways, I like it. It's just Covenant's better. Anyways, I really am excited for the next Avatar. I'm excited to see what he does with it. But I think the next one, I think this just shows they didn't even market it in China. They just put it out and people went and saw it.
True.
I think that shows if Avatar 2 is marketed well.
Because the timing was also right. As soon as people saw a film they're familiar with in the theater, even if they don't love it, They're like, oh, the Avatar, I remember enjoying this film. They went back because they want normalcy. More than proving that people will go to the cinema to watch this blockbuster, it proves that people are seeking going back to a sense of normalcy.
Yep.
So I think that's a really good sign for when new movies start to come out, and we start to get things back to normal.
Mm-hmm. I'm surprised they didn't put Avatar everywhere. Like, why not?
Because not everywhere is open.
Do you think they will?
Maybe not right now, but closer to Avatar 2, I think yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
But yeah. I'm not surprised at this at all. So I'm honestly not even gonna knight it. Not sending it to the dungeon, but it's just I'm completely indifferent because it means nothing. Avatar, you're going to lose again to Avengers Endgame, and then Avengers Endgame is gonna lose again to you, and on and on and on and on and on until
freaking out about it though.
Yeah, I don't get it. It's get real problems. Get real problems, people.
Also,
all right.
Real fast, I'd like to show a tweet that you put up that I just saw.
Okay.
Because I just can't. Come here.
Are you gonna get me canceled, Zach?
No, but I think it's funny as shit.
Okay. What is it?
Okay, just give me a second. Okay, you ready?
Okay. Oh yeah, I put that up last night. Yeah. The Tom Holland asshole shot and Alice.
If people don't know, this is Tom Holland's butthole.
Yeah.
And
supposedly.
If you ask, wait, how'd they get that? If you haven't seen Cherry yet, I'll just leave it there.
Yeah. Just go watch Cherry for that shot alone. All right, everyone. We're going to move on to your...
I want to tell you real fast, you know, a lot of my friends and my girlfriend and her mom watched Cherry yesterday. They all loved it. They all loved it. And I knew something down in me where, like, I think general going audiences are going to love this movie.
Okay. I had the impression it was going to be a 50-50, but I am seeing more and more people, like, legit loving Cherry, which is great. Fine. I didn't, but, you know, that's awesome. I want everyone to enjoy it. Right on Rotten Tomatoes?
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now.
Low 70s.
77.
Okay, high 70s.
And the critic one has actually gone up. It's at 38 now.
38. Okay,
it was at like 20 the last time I looked.
Yeah.
So that's awesome.
I think that's too
I would have given it
as
well. Positive. I would have given it a positive.
Yeah, honestly, slightly, but yes.
Here's my thing with Cherry. I feel like they shot themselves in their own foot by marketing it as an awards film. If they wouldn't have been like FYC right out of the gate, I think it would have been a completely different.
Nate Ackenbauer starting off the Blak Widow fun. Thank you so much, Nathan.
What did I start, Ren? What did I start?
You unleashed the beast, and I couldn't be more thankful.
Can I start a GoFundMe for you?
No. Let's just leave it at super chats.
No. Listen to me. What if I got a GoFundMe to fly you to America for one day?
I'd have to stay at a hotel for quarantine, dude.
They don't care. We're America.
Yeah, but I do. I'm not American. I care.
I know. Can we just put a bubble suit around you?
Sure. Okay. I mean, I think I'm immune, but, you know.
Same.
But Nate, thank you so much. Thank you so much for this, my friend. And hello, GeekOBP. Thank you for making it. All right, everyone. We're going to start with your live questions. So if you haven't thrown a question yet, just start throwing them out down there to the chat.
You want to help the Blak Widow fund? Please do.
And if you want to help the Blak Widow fund, why not send us a super chat? You know what? By next week's episode, I'm going to have a tip link directly for you, because that way you guys are donating to me, because I hope that's who you want to donate to, and not Super Chat and Google and YouTube, because they keep like 25% of the revenue. But thank you so much, Nathan, and again, thank you to Ryan for the donation earlier today. All right, let's start with the questions, and not a question, but let's start here. Ryan O'Toole. I'm so ready to see Blak Widow in theaters. Same here. So proud of Marvel taking for Marvel taking the risk. Raya was also amazing. Yes, I got it a week early. I so wish I saw it in theaters. Likewise, my friend, I couldn't agree more. That's what I was looking to say. Raya was spectacular. We totally should have seen it in theaters.
I got to see it in theaters.
Fuck you. But yeah, it's. I hope theaters are open, man. I hope theaters are open here for me to see Blak Widow. Newt, theaters may be opening in mid-April in my country. Portugal will be opening theaters in. I heard it was early April, like April 11th. It's almost mid, but still early April. So I'm very excited for Blak Widow. You son of a bitch. Save me a seat. I might go by boat. Not by plane, but by boat.
Like, Loki, do you want to go back to Portugal for a little bit?
No, just to see Blak Widow.
Honestly, I'm telling you right now. So, I mean, Tyler Tompkins flew to fucking Texas to see Tenet.
Yeah, that's fair.
So,
all right. Jorge asks, what do you want to see in Falcon and Winter Soldier? Zach, do you have anything specific you want to see?
I want to see the fan base have a lot of fun with the show, just as much fun as we had with WandaVision. Like, I hope we have that, not that theorize. I mean, the theorizing's fun, but that same discussion that you had every single week after WandaVision. Yeah. So I'm hoping that. Also, for the people who saw my tweet yesterday, I did not see the episode. I had like 5 comments after that, even when I said it was a joke. People still were commenting. I had one guy message me, how'd you get a screener so early? And I'm like, did you not finish the tweet? Like, clearly it's fake. And then I had another guy go, why would you spoil that? And I look, and I'm just...
Yeah.
Lois Lane and Clark Kent are in Marvel, and neither's Chipotle. It's stupid.
Chipotle is Marvel, Zach.
I guess so. But I'm excited. I don't want to see anything. Like... the thing that was so special about WandaVision, those trailers didn't give anything away. And I'm hoping Falcon does the same thing, because I think I've seen a lot of Falcon already, and I really hope I haven't seen everything.
Same. Let's remember though that there are less episodes, but the episodes are longer in general. So keep that in mind. All right, Ryan O'Toole. I feel if anyone can take the risk of putting a movie in theaters right now, it's Marvel. Right now, no, but you have a point. With them having so many projects coming out this year, I think it's the right move and can't wait. Well, again, I wouldn't say like right now, don't put a movie out this week, but if there is someone who can allow themselves to be the first penguin in the water, I agree that it's Marvel. It's either Marvel or just Disney in general, even Disney. I think could do it.
If Blak Widow, I think. Well, I've been saying this. If Blak Widow, no matter what, Blak Widow is going to make money. People are going to go see Blak Widow. It doesn't matter. People will leave their home. People want to go to the theaters. That is the thing. The problem is there just have not been movies that people look at. Tom and fucking Jerry. Tom and Jerry should not have made $14 million opening weekend. Like it just shouldn't have.
It shouldn't have made $14 million. Period. Never mind opening weekend.
So. And I haven't even finished the movie, but like it's not good. It's not good. It's the second Tom and Jerry leave, I'm like that John Travolta meme.
Yeah.
So, it is a risk. The thing that scares me is if Blak Widow doesn't do just good, what happens to every film right after that? Cruella, I
wouldn't worry.
You don't think they start pushing again?
No, because they know what time we're in right now. It's a lot of uncertainty. Things could go either way, and I think they know that.
Also, you know what I just recognized? So you know how like Paramount Plus wants everyone to subscribe to them right now?
Yeah.
Why the fuck did they move up Quiet Place 2? Because they know in 45 days they can put it on there.
Yeah. True.
So, okay. Yeah. I was like, that's an iffy move, but alright. I get it.
Yeah. All right, Henry Stanley. Cameron must really be that persistent, ain't he? That's the thing. It's not Cameron. It's Disney. Disney is the distributor, not Cameron. So it's them. They want the movie. Maybe Cameron wants too. I'm not saying he doesn't, but Disney is the one that said put that in theaters right now, and they did. All right, Jack Alexander, good friend of the show. In my opinion, Matthew McConaughey should be Two-Face in the Pattinson universe. That's great casting, my friend. I love that casting. Do you like that, Zach? Would you like to see somebody else?
I'd rather McConaughey be but probably ain't.
He can be both. He can be both.
Right. No, my Two-Face for Pattinson's is John David Washington. 100%. That's who I've always wanted.
That's good too.
I would love to see him in there.
And honestly, that one would probably make more sense because I know they're not the same age, but John David Washington and Robert Pattinson are closer in age. Well, and I think it would make sense for them to be Harvey and Bruce to be the same age. I also wouldn't mind
Washington as a Joker. I'm just saying, I think they're going really different with this world, and maybe he's in the film already because Washington's been seen on set, but we just don't know if he was visiting or because this is like right when they started. We don't know if it was just because he was visiting, because it was like right after Tenet, or if it's more.
Yeah, maybe. Who knows? But that's great casting, Alexander. Eric Thorpe, wait, it isn't Billy Crudup and Henry Allen. We were just talking about that he's got to bow out because of scheduling conflicts, unfortunately. Yes, that's the real reason. Has anyone seen that new Doritos commercial with Matthew McConaughey? I do not watch TV. I only watch it I only have a TV to play PlayStation or watch a streaming service, so no commercials for me. But Zach, have you seen it?
No. The only commercials I watch are what comes up in between Hulu and My Hero Academia. Right. That's it.
Yeah. All right. Eric Thorpe also says, have you guys watched Assembled, Making of WandaVision? Not yet. I meant to watch it yesterday, and then by the time I realized, oh shit, that thing, the Avengers Assembled is out. I was already in bed watching. Can I say what I was watching? I don't think I can say what I was watching. But I was already watching something else.
Is it one of the screeners?
It is one of the screeners that you got already too. The one that we only got 3 episodes for.
Oh, okay. I still haven't watched it.
Yeah.
You can say what you were watching.
Okay, so I was watching Invincible, and the embargo drops this Friday when Falcon and Winter Soldier comes out. So look out for my review of the first 3 episodes.
No, it comes out the week after.
No, the embargo lifts on Friday.
Today, In the Earth. A brand new Ben Wheatley neon film is coming out April 30th, correct?
April 30th, yes.
So I've seen it. I know you are excited for this. Do you want to share
I'm excited
your thoughts
because
real fast?
So I got a press release yesterday for In the Earth, and let me just read you the quick synopsis. And the synopsis reads, as the world searches for a cure to a disastrous virus, so very on the nose, a scientist and park scout venture deep in the forest for a routine equipment run. Through the night, their journey becomes a terrifying voyage through the heart of darkness in the forest... of darkness, apologies. In the heart of darkness, the forest coming to life around them. Written and directed by Ben Wheatley, starring Joel Fry, Laura Torchia, I hope that's how I pronounce it, Reese Shearsmith, and Haley Squires. Zach, I'm a huge fan of Ben Wheatley. I love him. If you have never seen High Rise, go watch High Rise.
Same with Free Fire.
Yes. Free Fire is just super fun. High Rise is one of the most on-point critiques of society I have seen in a while, with Luke Evans in it, and a lot of other people that I'm just blanking on right now. Yes, Tom Hiddleston is also in it. Tom Hiddleston is even the main guy. Luke Evans is a supporting actor. But yeah, go watch those. I'm super excited for In the Earth. It's horror, correct?
Kind of. It's a film that I didn't know what to expect going into it at Sundance because we didn't get a trailer, we don't have anything, we didn't have a poster, we just had one image. And I wouldn't say it's a mix between Annihilation and a pandemic movie. That's how I'll put it.
Okay.
Like,
Okay.
and it's super indie though. Like it is
Okay. I like
very
that.
indie. Like I mean, when it comes down to the CGI, to the practical effects, to certain things, you can clearly tell this was made on a shoestring budget. Which that's fine. That's fine with me. There's one aspect of the movie I don't love.
Don't go into it.
That's all I'll get
But
to.
let me ask you
it's
this.
interesting.
Let me ask you this. Is it a cerebral film?
Kind of.
Okay.
Kind of.
That's all I need to know. All right.
But performances are really good. Performances are really good in there.
Let's move on. Eric Thorpe says, made me love WandaVision even more. I can't wait to watch it. I love behind-the-scenes documentary stuff. Jack Alexander agrees with you. Zach, you're right about the Creed movies are better. I don't agree. Eric Thorpe doesn't think Rocky is a very great movie, but he's not into sports movies, though he loved I, Tonya. Though I, Tonya keeps, like, the sport is just...
The background.
The sport, it's not exactly background, but it's kind of there. It belongs in the scenery, but the main part is like the drama. Good friend of the show, Tyler Van. Hope you're both good. We are, Tyler. Thank you so much. Hope you are good as well. Do you like David Lynch's movies? Which is your favorite? I know I have not seen all of them, but off the top of my head, probably Mulholland Drive. I know it's cliched, but that's probably the one. Zach, do you have one that is your favorite?
Honestly, that's probably the only one I've ever seen.
All right. Tyler Van, anyone agree that Avatar is a little overrated? Honestly,
Nope,
if anything, I think it's a little underrated because I don't see anybody liking it. I know at the time everyone liked it. I liked it too. I really liked it. And by now, I know Zach likes it. I know I like it. But I don't see anyone really liking it. So, if anything, I honestly think it's underrated. So, yeah. Eric Thorpe, if they release Endgame again, they should also put Infinity War out with it as a double feature. Alright, Eric, I kind of agree with you, but I think if they do that, they run the danger of not making their money, because that's 4.5 hours. That's a long time. So if anything... Yes. So if anything, do that, but also do the option of just Avengers Endgame. That's what I think. If you want to guarantee that you beat the record.
I still want my It supercut that Andy Muschietti was.
Ooh, that's a good one.
He said he was editing it. He said he has all the scenes and stuff. So
But he's too busy with the Flash now.
He said he was gonna put it out for the Flash. So hopefully one day, because
there's still time. The Flash is not getting here anytime soon.
I don't know.
Eric Thorpe, will any movie ever top both Avatar and Endgame?
Not for a while.
I don't think we'll be alive by the time that happens. I think we'll be gone, so we won't see it. But whenever you ask ever, the answer has got to be yes. Ever, when the prices inflate so much that a single person ticket costs more than what Avatar and Endgame have made? Yeah, probably.
I have an idea of when.
Go ahead.
I don't. I was gonna say when they decide to do the next Star Wars trilogy, like the actual sequel trilogy.
Okay.
Which they'll do it eventually.
Oh yeah.
This is why I'm saying 20 years from now, 10, 20 years from now, when you can potentially get Oscar, Daisy, and even Boyega. So
yeah.
That's the only time. That's really the only time. Yeah. The only other thing that I could possibly think about is if you do an Avengers multiverse type event with all the Avengers coming together, like RDJ, you get everyone back.
Yeah.
That's the only other thing.
All right. Jack Alexander, prepared to kick me from the chat. Okay. I'm not the biggest fan of the Alien franchise. Neither is Zach. I'm not going to kick you from the chat for that, man. It's your opinion. We don't kick anybody for having a different opinion. But I think Alien 3 is better than Aliens. Okay, that's pushing it. No, I'm kidding.
No,
what do you think, Zach?
That's terrible. Alien 3 is fucking garbage.
Look,
don't
I like
it.
Alien 3. It's not better than Aliens in my opinion, but I like Alien 3.
No, I see. When it comes to Alien, I love the xenomorph. I love the design. I just wish I liked the movie. I think it's because the first one I didn't grow up with, so when I finally saw it, I was like, like it's good, but I just never loved it. I was always a Predator kid.
Okay.
So,
are you a Predator adult now?
No.
Jack, you're good with us, but just don't say that to Sean Chandler. Sean Chandler will kick you out of his chat if you say Alien 3 is better than Aliens. Yeah. I'm kidding, you wouldn't. But don't say you like Alien 3. Eric Thorpe, I would love to see Avatar in theaters again. It was probably the best theater experience of my life. I'll tell you what, the first Avatar, when I saw it in theaters, was probably the first time, or at least the first time I remember the theater being actually fully packed. I went with my whole family, my mom, my dad, my sister. We all went, and we had to move slightly to the side several times because people kept coming in until there was no more seats, no more room. I still remember seeing people like on the steps as the theater went down. So it was packed.
That's crazy.
How about you, Zach? Did you have any? Was your experience seeing Avatar particular in any regard?
When I was younger, around that age, the only person that would take me to the movies is my grandma. She didn't want to see the movie, though. And, I couldn't convince her to see it. She just wasn't about it. But my dad wanted to see it, which is weird, because my dad would rather just watch a movie at home. But he was like, everyone's talking about it. Let's go see it, blah, blah, blah. So he took me to, like, the 9 a.m. showing. Saw it in 3D. It was still packed. Not as packed as yours, but it was still packed.
Mine was in 3D too.
Yeah, but we saw it like 3-4 weeks later after.
Okay.
So I didn't see
I
it with,
think
like,
mine was
thing.
I think mine was release weekend, opening weekend.
Yeah, but like, do you want to hear the best movie moment with my dad though? Like best memory?
Yeah.
So I remember when District 9's trailers kept coming out, I kept telling my dad, I want to see this. I want to see this. I want to see this so bad. Dude, he took me out of fucking school to go see it. He literally took me out of school, acted like I was in trouble. We drove to the movie theater, and he goes, we're going to watch District 9. And it was the best thing, because we were the only ones in theaters. And he only done that a couple times. He did that for Revenge of the Sith. But I kind of expected that one, because I kept begging. I was like, everyone else is getting taken out of school for Star Wars. Yu-Gi-Oh! The movie, he did that for.
Mm-hmm.
Avatar, he didn't. And then, what was Incredibles? The first Incredibles. So, yeah.
All right. New series, Bubble Ren, because of the bubble thing. And Jack Alexander says, Zach and Red, I'm going to recreate the Bubble Boy episode from Seinfeld. That's awesome. And then I assume you were singing I Love You to Jack?
No, you.
Oh, okay, me. Thank you, Zach. I love you too. Jack Alexander, thoughts on Netflix trying to lock shared accounts? It's stupid, and they're doing the bare minimum. They say the only thing they're going to do is if you have an account, you need a code, so you'll just send the code to whoever you're sharing your account with. It's that simple, Yeah. So yeah, it's stupid. And I am not sharing my account. I just have a family account, so it is within our right,
That's how I feel. So what if your family, like, that's what I was thinking.
I guess they're saying, like, for friends, like if you have a singles account but several people are using it,
I don't know. It's just kind of because, like, HBO Max, I share my account with 3 people, but we all pay for it. For it. So it's like, but we all have bubbles and stuff, like, so that's the way that you can never fully go around that, because, like, imagine a family's paying for something and their kid goes to school and their kid wants to use Netflix or Disney Plus or Hulu or HBO Max, and they try to do this and lock it up. That's just fucked up for them. I would cancel my fucking membership at that point and just renew it when I want to watch something. Honestly, like, and I know people who do that. I know people who only, like, they have no streaming services. The only time they renew them is when they want to watch something that's on there.
Mm-hmm.
Like say the next season of Stranger Things come up, they get a Netflix account for that month, watch it, and then cancel it.
Eric Thorpe says, I hope we get Quicksilver from Fox in Falcon and Winter Soldier. Yes, but he is played by our Tyler Johnson. Do that. GCOVP, our good friend, says, what role do you think Rachel McAdams' character will play in Multiverse of Madness? I really like her in the first Doctor Strange, but I thought she was underused. Hopefully that improves in the sequel. I'm not even sure if she's confirmed to return. She is? Okay, good.
I looked
good.
Up
I love her. I loved her being a part of the first Doctor Strange. I also think she's overused, but she was used as the script needed. The script needed to focus more on the mystical, and she didn't belong in that side of the story. How will she be used in this one, Zach? Ooh.
I actually think it'll be something with the multiverse.
Maybe we'll see several versions of her, and she'll have a lot of fun playing different versions of the character. But I don't know, man.
Maybe their relationship's actually moved.
Yeah, maybe they're married. Maybe she's pregnant by now.
You know what else I was thinking? What if, because Strange, you could tell he liked her. He just, I wonder, and I have this. I wonder if she was blipped.
That's what I was thinking. Was she blipped? Wasn't she? Did she move on with her life after Strange was gone? If she wasn't,
I wonder if Strange saw what was, because we know he's the all-seer. He saw what happened with Wanda and Vision. He saw that whole thing go down. I wonder if that maybe sparked something in him to go, I don't want to lose her. I think we see Strange very reserved and Doctor Strange and everything we've seen him so far with.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the thing, is you have to open him up a little bit for us to really care. Because I think that's like my dad says when he watches Doctor Strange. He goes, I like him as he's entertaining, but like as a character, he's very reserved. I'm like, I can get that. Like, he doesn't really have much emotion to him besides his personal struggles. So I don't know. I'm just happy she's back, and I don't think she would have came back if it wasn't a big meaty role.
Maybe it could be like as meaty as the first one, as long as it's not less than that. I agree that she wouldn't come back if she had less to do than she did in the first one. All right, Jacoby P. I thought this would be a funny question. What do you think about the Pepe Le Pew probably not being in Space Jam 2 for B? He's not in Space Jam 2. That's confirmed that he's not going to be in it. Look, I think it's stupid, but I think that people that are angry about that and that are quote unquote boycotting Space Jam 2 because of that are even more stupid than the whole situation.
Space Jam 2 today in Arizona.
Ooh, nice.
I couldn't go though. You have to have a child.
You could go and take your girlfriend. Just ask her to go like with her knees on her shoes, and you enter. Yeah, dude, it's easy. It's easy. You gotta think outside the box.
Yeah.
But it's stupid that they're not putting him in it because he's not quote unquote politically correct. But honestly, I don't give a shit. I couldn't be less bothered by it.
Wasn't the scene cut? LeBron throwing him in a chair and saying it's not appropriate to touch other tunes?
Yeah.
Isn't that like perfectly on the nose? I don't know. It just kind of felt weird when I read that. I'm not mad about it, but I was like, that seems funny. Like,
the point of the scene was precisely to show that he's not correct to do the things he does.
So
I don't think. I don't know.
He's not one of my favorite characters, so I don't need him in there. Let's just get a good Space Jam movie.
Exactly.
I like the first one, but I really hope this one's good. God forbid.
Yeah, Jack Alexander would like to see JDW as a Two-Face. He doesn't want a Joker in the Pattinson universe. I want Jake Gyllenhaal to play the Joker in that universe. But if they don't do Joker, I don't mind.
There's too many rumors and stuff about it that we're not. I think.
But if we don't, I do not mind. I do not mind.
We're gonna see him at the end of the film.
I hope not. Don't do that.
I guarantee it.
Don't do that. That's exactly what Batman Begins did. You don't need to do that again. Eric Thorpe, Michael Fassbender will be a cool Two-Face as well. Yes, but I want him as Mr. Freeze. Michael Fassbender would be a good
dude. I want freaking what's his face as Mr. Freeze, the guy from Django and Glorious, Christoph Waltz.
You want him as Mr. Freeze?
Yeah.
I mean, he's an amazing actor, so I guess I just... When I start imagining it, I don't see him. Yeah, Fassbender would be amazing. John Fire asks, did you guys see the Monster Hunter movie? Yes, I did. There's a review for it on my channel. If you like Monster Hunter, please don't be mad at me. But the movie sucked.
My friend who's the biggest Monster Hunter fan said it was terrible. He said it was fucking awful.
It's god awful. It's god awful. It's exactly what you expect.
The mythology is terrible. Like the cat people.
Yeah,
he goes, they're not even in it. Like it's not even.
The cat is my favorite character. The cat is my favorite character just because it's a cat who cooks. That's it.
Yeah. Does the cat fight or no? You can
They tease him fighting, but you don't actually see him fighting.
See, that's stupid because in the games he fights.
And Ron Perlman, the way Ron Perlman looks in this film, dude. He thought he was auditioning for the actual live-action Lion King because he looks like a fucking lion, man.
Yeah, look this
it's hilarious. It's fucking hilarious. It's hilarious, dude. Gico EP, I tried to watch I Saw the Devil last night, but I fell asleep.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
That's his look.
Wait,
but yeah, Gico EP, I try. You want to show it?
Oh yeah, we're gonna fucking show
this
thing. Oh yeah, we're gonna show this bad boy. Okay.
Here he is. Hang on, Gico EP, let me just take you out. Yeah, show that one. That's him.
Is this the kitty?
That's the kitty.
Okay. That's pretty cool. They actually did pretty good on the kitty.
Look, that one, yes. Oh my god.
That's really what
Zoom
it looks
in on
like?
that one. Yes, it is.
I don't think I can.
You can't? Oh.
No.
Never mind that. Don't worry. Alright, let's move on, ladies and gentlemen. Gico P, I tried to watch I Saw the Devil last night, but I fell asleep. But it was late at night, and I was a little tired. From what I saw, I'm engaged in the story so far. Gonna continue where I left off. Good for you, my man. I hope you enjoy the rest of the film, and thank you very much for letting us know your thoughts. Tyler Van, speaking of Monster Hunter, do you think Paul W.S. Anderson has one good movie? Look, I love the original Mortal Kombat, but it's not a good movie. I will, however, defend Alien vs. Predator. I think it's a really fun summer blockbuster with boring parts. There are flaws because a movie called Alien vs. Predator. Yes.
The second one.
He didn't do. Yes, he didn't do the second one. I think.
I don't think he did.
No, I don't think he did. But the first one, like a movie called Alien vs. Predator, should never be boring. But I think he did quite a fun job with that, a serviceable job, a competent job. And the first Death Race is quite okay. Zach, do you have anything?
Honestly, I don't hate the first 3 Resident Evil movies. I don't hate them. I don't think they're bad. I don't think they're great. But they're at least entertaining. Again, though, you're hearing this from someone who hasn't seen them in God knows how many years. Same with I haven't watched a Wes Anderson or a W.S. Anderson film in probably.
Do not confuse the two.
No, I low-key probably not have seen any of their films in probably a good 10 years. Honestly, I haven't seen it. All the Resident Evils. I think the last one I watched was 3. No, maybe 4.
Okay.
I didn't care for Monster Hunter. I almost went to the theater to see it, but
all right. I've only seen Free Fire from Ben Whitley, and I wasn't a fan of that movie. It started out fun, but after a while it started to get tired to me, and I didn't find the characters to be fleshed out. Well, the characters, to be fair, I agree with you. The characters are not super fleshed out, but I also felt that wasn't the point, so it wasn't a flaw to me. But I understand where you're coming from.
Every complaint he says, I totally get. Try High Rise. High Rise is his best movie.
Yes.
It's
High
more
Rise.
intellectual,
very different.
Very
different, by the way. Like when you look at the same guy directed these 2 films, it's super weird. But it just shows his range as a storyteller.
He's supposed to be doing the Meg too.
Yeah. Newt, controversial fan? You're not a controversial fan. I never watched Rocky nor Creed. Well, Time to start, my friend. I've got you into Boy Meets World. I got you into a ton of stuff. So you gotta start Rocky anytime soon. I'm gonna make you do it. All right. Eric Thorpe agrees with us that Avatar is underrated. And also says, maybe if Marvel actually went full multiverse, like get RGJ as Iron Man and bring in Hugh Jackman as Wolverine, I think that's what it would take to beat Endgame. But even then, I don't know.
If they didn't do the Quicksilver thing, they're not going to do Hugh Jackman.
Yeah, they're not gonna do that. I can't see where your comment continues, so I apologize, Eric.
Real fast,
but yeah, that feels very gimmicky.
That they said that eventually we will find out who Jimmy Woo is looking for.
Oh no!
Yeah, they said that'll come up. They interviewed the director, and he goes, "You guys will find out later." That's all he said.
Oh,
like everything else they asked him about, he goes, "We didn't really plan that one, but that one he was like, yeah, I can't say anything on that one." So I was gonna ask you, I think it's Dottie. I think Dottie is the witness protection. And I only say that because out of all the actors and actresses in there, that's the specific one that I was like, that's a pretty well-known, like, for TV verse. The only other person I could see is Ralph Bohner, but I just don't see him touching on that again.
I honestly have no idea who it is. I don't know the actress who plays Dottie, so for me, she was never anyone. So I don't know, but I'm curious now if we find out who she is in the Hex Files, starring Jimmy Woo and Darcy Lewis. But we'll see. Jico EP, what is your stance on reviewers making fun or being snarky towards a certain director or actor because of their work or recent news? Do you think they're being cynical or trying to be too edgy? I'm not quite sure what you're asking, but if you're asking like making jokes and being snarky in a review whenever it is topical, I guess it really depends on how they're going about it. Like, I think comedy, you can make fun of anything. It just depends on how you are about it. If there's a mean
like I make fun of Ren every day.
Behind it. Exactly, same. I play jokes on Zach as well. Like right now, look at this. Boom, it's just me. It's my show now. He's out. But yeah, it really depends on the energy you give off. I guess that's the best way of saying it. John Fire says, I like Avatar. I was working on a movie theater at the time, and I watched it 3 times with 3 different friends. That's awesome. We actually, Zach, myself, and John, we went to see Men from U.N.C.L.E. together. And since then, we have nicknames for each other. I am Cowboy, which was Henry Cavill's character, and he's Peril, which was Armie Hammer's character.
The cannibal.
Yes, so now I have to find a new nickname for my friend John because I don't want to associate him with a cannibal no more. So yeah, I need to find a new nickname for you, my man. Jico EP. Oh yeah, okay, we addressed this. Tyler Van, I'm very curious to know your thoughts on this question, Zach. Thoughts on Elysium and Chappie. Do you want to go first or should I?
I'll go first. I'll make it short and sweet. I actually like Chappie. I don't hate it. I don't think it's garbage like a lot of other people do. I do think the rapper part is terrible. They're terrible actors. They should not have been in that film 100%. But I think for the most part, Chappie's at least enjoyable, like on a surface level thing. Elysium is one that I've only seen once. And I always walked away from it going, loving the world, but not loving everything else. But that's one I want to revisit. But nothing will hit District 9 level for me. I think that's the perfect film.
All right. Elysium is fucking awesome. I love that movie. I might prefer it to District 9, just saying, personal opinion. And Chappie, I'm with Zach. I like Chappie. It's definitely his weakest movie. The rappers are
surface level. It's fun.
Yeah, the rappers are god awful. They're even more awful than Hugh Jackman's mullet in that film. But I like the movie. I liked it. I enjoyed it for the most part. It definitely has flaws. And again,
review for Elysium.
Oh no!
He gave it like a 10 out of 10.
Oh really?
Yeah,
I remember. I remember Mark Ellis. Mark Ellis also loved it. I even think he put it at his number 1 or 2, at the end of the year.
All right, let's guess. What's the Rotten Tomato score?
Rotten Tomato score for Elysium?
Yeah. I'm gonna look it up.
High 60s is my
Okay.
guess.
And what do you think the audience score is?
Low 80s.
65% for critics, 58% for audience.
Really, the audience liked it less.
All right.
Wow.
So what do you think Chappie is?
For what?
Both Chappie.
Okay, for Chappie. For critics, I'm going to guess 40, low 40s. For audience, I'm going to guess low 50s.
Okay, so you're closer on the audience. The audience is 56, and the critic is 32. Now
32,
let's look at
Jesus.
District 9. All right, just for fun. What do you think District 9 is?
District 9 has got to be 90s. Low 90s, I'm going to say for critics. Like 91, 92, around that.
Mm-hmm.
For audiences, I'm going to go high 80s, like 88, 87, something like that.
So 90% for critics, 82
Yes.
for audience. I'm kind of
82.
surprised by that. Yeah.
Okay. A little
like-
lower than I thought.
I love District 9. I really hope we get
Me
that
too.
sequel. I know he talked about doing that. They're writing 10 right now.
Mm-hmm.
I've been saying it. I think 10 would fucking smash. I think that's a film that has just completely grown over people. I think it's not one that you need a huge budget for, but it's one that I trust Blomkamp. I'm really sad we never got to see his Alien film.
Yeah, same. All right, last Yu-Gi-Oh movie was nice. Dark Side of the Dimension. I actually just watched that recently. Think it's a little bit longer than it needed to be, but I enjoyed it as well, only because I just enjoy that world and those characters. So yeah, I'm with you. That it was a really nice, fun movie. GKP, have you guys ever told your parents you're going to see a movie in theaters, but instead went to see another movie without telling them, like a movie you didn't want? They didn't want you to see, but you saw it anyway. No, I never needed to lie about that. I said I want to see this movie. The only one they almost didn't let me see was at the time See No Evil, because they thought I was a bit too younger for that, and I promised I won't be afraid. But yeah, I never had that problem. They never restricted whatever I wanted to watch. They wanted to know what it was. They investigated it, but at the end of the day, they never ended up like forbidding me from watching a film. How about you, Zach?
When I was 5, my dad wanted to show me The Exorcist. I think that should answer the question.
Ooh, nice.
He didn't show me it though because I told him I refused to. But I mean, my parents didn't care. They know I knew what the difference between a movie, a TV, and a video game was than real life. The only time, honestly, my dad was like, "You sure you want to go see that?" It was the Twilight Breaking Dawn Part 1. Because my friends invited me, and I was like, "Yeah, I'll go." My dad's like, "Are you like something wrong with you?"
Yeah.
So that's the only time.
That's a good father. That's a good father right there. Eric Thorpe, in the comics, Wanda does move on from Vision. Could her and Doctor Strange be an item? I hope not. I hope that's not the direction that they go into. As far as I remember, and of course I haven't read every single comic ever written, but I only remember Wanda having been with 3 people. One of them is Quicksilver, and yes, that happened. I'm not saying I like it, but
were they still brother and sister?
Incest is Wincest.
That's not gonna happen ever.
Then I hope not. Then Wonder Man, and then Vision, who is kind of Wonder Man. So 2, 3 people, not more than that. But no, I don't want her to be in Doctor Strange.
Think they're doing Wonder Man. I don't think they're doing.
No, they're not. I don't want her to be in Doctor Strange, and honestly, why does she need to be with anyone? I mean,
that's what I was thinking.
If she wants to be with anyone.
If she's gonna be with anyone, she's gonna end up being with White Vision. I mean,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Jack Alexander, do you guys think that the era of classic cable sitcoms is over? The only good one that's still on is Brooklyn Nine-Nine and Kim's Convenience, sir, which is ending next year. I guess the FX shows are still good too. I don't know off the top of my head what are the FX shows.
That's the biggest
yeah,
one right now.
Never watched it. And don't plan on starting it because I know that's 5 million seasons in.
Yeah.
It's the One Piece of sitcoms, and I already don't like One Piece.
I'll say one. Why is no one talking about what we do in the shadows? That's
oh yes, yes.
That's on FX.
That's FX. That's FX. So Jack Alexander did bring it up.
So is Dave. If you guys have not watched,
never
Dave
seen
yet,
it,
dude. Is it on Disney Plus Star?
It probably is. I actually don't remember seeing it, but it probably
one episode. I don't even care if you watch the rest of the fucking show. There's one episode I want you to watch, and I literally pissed my pants like I fucking died because it's so fucking funny, and I don't even like the rapper. Like I don't really like Little Dicky as a musician, but like, dude, that is so funny.
Yeah. All right. But yeah, what we do in the shadows is spectacular. The era of classic cable, sure, but doesn't mean we can't get great sitcoms in streaming. I think it's only a matter of time. I mean, most of them are already in streaming, so, you know. What else we got? More questions. We had to jump. I apologize. All right, great chat you guys are having in the chat between yourselves. I love seeing it. I legit cannot say enough how much I love seeing it. Seeing that. Tyler Van, favorite Star Trek film. Zach, you want to go first? Because I might have an unpopular opinion.
I've never seen the original ones, so I can't. I've only seen the new ones.
I have not seen all of them.
Okay. The third one, Star Trek Beyond. I really like that.
Star Trek Beyond is awesome. All right, so let me just lay the groundwork here. Before Star Trek 2009, which even then I didn't see until like right before Into Darkness came out, I had never seen Star Trek. Nothing Star Trek. And only after Star Trek Beyond did I go back and start watching the other ones. And I have not yet seen them all. I've seen until... So there's a movie where the original... not the original team, but Kirk and Picard are in the same movie. And then after that, it's just the next generation characters. So I watched until that one. Don't even remember the name. But my favorite is Into Darkness. I'm sorry. I like that movie a lot.
I've never gotten the hate. It's freaking awesome.
Me neither. I like that a lot. I like it so much.
So
I like it so much.
Ren, that's my second favorite one. That's my second favorite one. I love it. I love it. I love them all. That trilogy is fucking great. That trilogy is great. 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah, I agree. Do you guys think the movie Monster House would have been better as live action movies in the same vein as It and Goosebumps? It's tough for me comparing it with Goosebumps because I loved it. Goosebumps not so much. I love the original show, and I have seen it, rewatched it recently, and I really like it. The movies that came out, I do not like that, not at all. No, I really like Monster House as an animation. I'm not saying it wouldn't work.
I think it works more as animation.
Yeah, I'm not saying it wouldn't work as a live action, but I like how they went about it. Maybe remaking it with more refined animation, maybe, but not a live action. How about you, Zach?
I just rewatched that one a couple of months back, and that's a really underrated animated film. I think the style of animation they chose is really specific for the tone of it, because it fits for the anime. And when you do animation to live action, you lose out on things like the animation of the house and the horror in there. I don't think you can capture in live action. That's just, it's like if you were to take Spirited Away and make it into a live action film, you would lose out on a lot. Same with Howl's Moving Castle, Princess Mononoke. There's certain things that you can only capture in animation.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, Chico VP explaining what he previously asked about someone being snarky or making fun of someone. I like making fun of that person, but maybe it just depends on the delivery and energy, as some people who do it just come off as trying too hard to be edgy, and it comes off as eye-rolling worthy. I agree with you. It's pretty much what I was trying to say myself. Really depends on how you deliver it, on your timing, on exactly what you're trying to say with your jokes. So it is a delicate thing. It is a delicate subject, but I don't think it's necessarily inherently just a bad thing. Tony Movie Chappie says, Ren, what is it about Elysium that you think is better than District 9? Very interested to hear your thoughts. I just love the world. I love the kind of mythology that they create. I love the social commentary, the cultural commentary, and you know, Matt Damon is just a better actor than Charlton Copley, even though Charlton Copley is fucking amazing. And I think it's natural for a director to refine himself. Like District 9 was his first movie. It's natural that he keeps getting better as he goes. So I just prefer Elysium, just find it personally more interesting. Mm-hmm. Zach, you have anything to add?
I mean, I disagree with you, but...
But you see where I'm coming from.
Yeah, I see it. I think as a director, Elysium is a bigger film, hands down. So,
yeah, true.
You know who was supposed to play that main role? Do you know
Charlton?
No, before Matt Damon.
Of Matt Damon.
Yeah, do you know who was supposed to play it?
I think when you tell me who it was, I'm going to be like, oh yeah, I knew that, but right now I can't remember.
Eminem.
Oh, I actually did not know that.
He was originally supposed to play that. Then he goes, I don't want to act. He literally, I don't want to act.
Good on you, Eminem. Thank you. Thank you so much.
But, yeah, no.
Yeah, he's good in 8 Mile, but I don't know. Just give acting jobs to actors, okay? Thank you. All right. Ooh, I like this question. Tyler Van, what's the most you've cried in a movie? It's between two, honestly. I'm gonna tell you right now.
I know one of them.
Yeah, you do, because it's gonna be one of your answers too. One of them I cried out of pure joy, happiness, euphoria, etc., and that is Avengers Endgame. From the moment Captain America picks up Mjolnir, the first time I was watching it, from till the very end, just tears and cheers and pure happiness. Yeah.
You were literally having an orgasm and in a euphoric state.
Best orgasm I ever had in my life. The second one, and this is actually the one that happened first, and this is just pure sadness, but Hachiko, or Hachi a Dog's Tale.
It's a bullshit movie.
That movie is ending, I'm already crying, and I sob uncontrollably like a little boy who just scraped his knee and life is about to end. I'm sobbing through the entire credits. I cannot control it. I'm seeing in the chat right now, yes, I cried a lot in Toy Story 3, but it does not even come close to how much I cried in Hachi a Dog's Tale. So, if you have never seen, before Zach gives his answer, and do watch...
Do that. Hachi... Is that the movie? Is that the movie this week? Because you have to pick a movie. Make it Hachi.
Guys, the movie this week is Hachi a Dog's Tale. I don't care if you've seen it, you've got to watch Hachi a Dog's Tale. And then, you know what? Next week, feel free to tell me to go fuck myself for having made you cry and having broke your heart. Because most likely, you will. Because that movie will fucking destroy you. I love that movie, but I will never watch it again. In all honesty, I don't have the balls. I don't have the balls to watch that movie again. I don't want to suffer again, you know. Zach... Go ahead, my friend, and feel free to tell me to go fuck myself because I made you watch that movie.
No, I'm glad you did it. You told my girlfriend, or you told me, you told my girlfriend, then she made me watch it, and I loved it. It made me cry. I'm not going to say that one just because you said it.
Yeah.
Let me say one thing, though. I have a couple. Avengers Endgame is one of them as well. I really wanted to, same spot, cried through. Just in a euphoric state. You know, you're freaking out so much, you know? I have a couple, though, that I had, like, nerd tears through my eyes, but also, like, childhood tears. One of them is Toy Story 3. I literally was a fucking bitch. Like, that last whole... Like, from when they're holding hands to the fucking end. Done. Toy Story 4 too, and I know you're not a big fan of Toy Story 4, but a lot of the reason was I never thought I was going to see another Toy Story 4. I never thought.
Let me just say I am a big fan of Toy Story 4. I just don't like the ending. The movie up until then,
I love the ending.
Awesome.
I love the ending. I love the ending. I think it's perfect. But I digress. When I got to go see that film really, really early, thank you to Griffin for taking me and Tyler to see that. I was in a euphoric state because I never thought I was going to be able to see another Toy Story film in theaters. I never did. I really thought Toy Story 3, that's it. I know they kept talking about Toy Story 4, but I never thought in a million years it would happen. Then they said, oh, we're going to do it. And then how many delays did that film hit? How many issues did that film hit? I fully never believed that movie would come out in theaters, or just in general. And it did. And I cried from the opening scene. I had tears throughout it. I laughed. I had tears in my eyes when Duke Kaboom, Canada's greatest stuntman, came in. You know, I literally was in fucking tears. Now, you want to hear about a movie that I could not control my crying, and I'm about to cry right now thinking about Arrival. That ending punched me in the gut. I mean, seriously, I didn't think I could get that emotional. Patriots Day 2 is a pretty big one too with Mark Wahlberg.
Patriots Day I didn't cry, but I was constantly like shaking throughout that film.
And I don't know if it's because the friend I went and saw it with was really close to a lot of that stuff. So like when I saw him tearing up, and he's a big dude. Like he like the Incredible Hulk in my life. I wouldn't expect, dude. I was like, oh shit, like this is you know what I mean? Those are the ones that really sticks out, but definitely Arrival, probably the very last time that I was like sobbing my eyes out in theaters. Especially that ending, because you don't expect it to be that hard. You don't expect it at all, and it just like Arrival on its surface is an alien film, but when you dive really deep into it, what it's about is humanity. It's literally a story about humanity, and if you would you change something that you knew was going to happen? If you had the ability to. Fucking perfect. Oh yeah, I also cried watching My Hero Academia. I told Red. 1,000,000%! Fuck! Dude, I was
the episode you're going to react to, you're not, I don't think at least you're going to cry, but you're going to be like throwing your fists in the air and screaming and being super hyped and turning into a little kid, turning into Deku, the fanboy.
I've seen one image from it. That's the only thing.
Dude, don't see anything more.
No, it's not my fault. It's just because as I'm looking up My Hero videos on YouTube, a lot of the big ones are My Hero Academia Episode 3, Season 11 reaction, or whatever. Season 3, Episode 11. Reaction, and I always see the same image. It's not a spoiler, I would say, but I can kind of get the gist of where it's
start avoiding those. Start avoiding those because you're there now. All right, GKOBP. After Tom and Jerry scoop the Addams Family, can kid/family show stop trying so hard to appeal to kids by being too hip? Just comes off as sparing and insulting. It is all that, I agree, and it just locks it when it comes to time. Like 100 years from now, people who watch these movies will be like, oh, this was from that time when flossing was cool. Flossing was never cool, by the way.
I hate when they have hip-hop music.
Oh, it's god-awful. Tom and Jerry is the worst offender in this regard, but I agree with everything you said, G. Colby. Right on the money. Jack Alexander, What We Do in the Shadow is the funniest show I have ever seen. It's up there, man. It's so good. I prefer it much more to the movie. I'll tell you right now.
Yeah, I love the movie.
I like the movie. In fact, I rewatched it when I was thinking, you know what? I'm going to start this show. I'm going to give it a chance. And I rewatched What We Do in the Shadow. What We Do in the Shadows, the movie. I like the movie more than originally. I fucking love the show, dude. The show is so good. Why do we prefer virgins? Well, let's just say if you wanted to eat that sandwich, you would prefer it if nobody fucked it before. That's just one of the many great jokes. And if you get... Jackie Daytona is the best episode of... Regular Human, Jackie Daytona. Alright. Jack Alexander, do either of you guys play sports video games? I'm a huge football and hockey fan, Pens and Steelers, so I love those games. If you want to count professional wrestling and or UFC as sports, yes. Other than that, I really don't. I actually don't even own any of the UFC games. I just like to, if a friend has it, I will enjoy playing them. How about you, Zach?
Yeah.
No?
The only sports games I've ever really been into is Super Mario Strikers, the soccer game. Fucking awesome. And
I mean, if you want to count Fall Guys as well.
Fuck that game. Fuck that game.
It's so fun.
It is. It pisses me off. It's fucking bullshit, man. Mario Party, then. Let's conclude that.
Yeah. All right. GLP, speaking of Star Trek, sorta. Have you guys seen The Orville with Seth MacFarlane? I started out a little iffy with the first episode, but it gets better as the show goes on. Okay, that's not related. That's another question. I do. I have seen The Orville from the moment it came out because I'm a huge fan of Seth MacFarlane. It's a show that I want to love, but I don't because it's so inconsistent. One episode I will love, the next one will just be completely fine, generic, and I'm indifferent to it. But the concept of the show and the characters in it, I really do like. Zach, have you seen The Orville?
I tried. I wasn't in for it.
Okay, that's fair. All right, GLBP also asks, I actually liked the first Goosebumps movie. You and most people did. I wasn't a fan, but I know I'm in the minority. It was a big surprise for me. Yeah. It was a big surprise for me because I thought it was gonna suck. Goosebumps 2, yeah, that was not good. That one I didn't even go watch in the theaters. I waited until it was like on a streaming service or something, and I watched it, and I just could not keep focused on it. I just couldn't. I watched the movie and I kept getting distracted because it was so easy to get distracted, and it feels like two completely different movies.
I haven't even seen the second one.
Almost.
When I saw Jack Black wasn't coming back, I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. I'm not.
Yeah. Tyler Van, the Charlton Copley movie Hardcore Henry I enjoy, and I think it's kind of underrated. Zach, do you agree?
I got a headache watching that. It was really cool, but dude, I remember it was me and my friend Corey and his girlfriend Melissa who has motion sickness. She goes, I'll be fine, I'll be fine. Dude, I had to pull over like 4 times. Yeah. It's a cool concept. And Copley's the best part about the damn film. He is so good in everything he comes into.
Yeah. I'm with Zach, unfortunately, Tyler. I really like the concept. I went to see it for Charlton Copley alone. Same. Legit, the concept is the most exciting thing about it. As soon as I watched the trailer, I was like, holy shit, this could be really cool, really different. Just didn't work overall, especially like the reveals that they do about the story.
It very much like it started kind of realistic and then became like too video game-ish towards the end.
It gets worse as it goes on, unfortunately for me.
It should have been shorter too. I already think it was
and it's not even a very long movie. I think it's like 90 minutes. Yeah. So saying it should be shorter is All right. After WandaVision and now Falcon and Winter Soldier, I love that MCU is using these shows to flesh out their characters more than in the movies. While it was fun to see them, were pretty underused. I never felt, at least so far, that these characters have been underused, but I agree with you. The shows should be the opportunity. Yeah, should be the opportunities to flesh out the characters that were never like the main guys in movies, but that could be the main guys in movies from now on. So I'm pretty much with you.
See them do this with? What's a character you want to see them do this with that hasn't come out yet, that we've seen already? But nothing.
Can it be a character that has been in the movies so far, but has never been a main one yet?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like they've been in a movies, we've seen them, but nothing that hasn't come out yet.
Mm-hmm. Before I say, let me just preface it by saying it's not gonna happen. Unfortunately, I know it's not gonna happen, and if it does, I'll be pleasantly surprised. Give me a Hulk show with Mark Ruffalo.
He's supposed to be.
Give me a Hulk show.
Hopefully. Yeah. Do you think they're gonna?
Yeah, but he's not gonna be the main guy.
Do you think they're gonna do the cousin?
I think so. It's She-Hulk, and they're putting him in the show.
Yeah. Precisely
because of that. I don't think they would put him in the show if they weren't cousins. You know.
For me, I saw this tweet yesterday. Do an ER type show with Rach.
Yeah.
Ever since then, I'm like, that's a really fascinating idea, actually, like a night nurse type show. You could literally do that. That's how you could all, because isn't she technically the night nurse in the comics?
Yeah.
So there you go. In the comics, is she actually have a thing with Doctor Strange?
I think so, but I can't quite remember. But I think so. Yeah. She does.
So the only other character like going off of that, I probably would have said Wanda, but we already got that. So We already got Peggy Carter, so I don't need that. I don't really care for Sharon Carter. It seems like we're gonna get that in Falcon. Honestly, Baron Mordo.
Ooh, you want a villain show? That's cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I
I'd
would
see
like
that.
a Baron. You know where I could see him showing up in weirdly? Loki.
That's.
Just
I don't
weird
think
enough.
that's weird. I don't think that's weird.
So,
Yeah. Newt, I watched Bridge to Terabithia. Fuck that movie. When I was a kid, and I hate that movie because it's the first one it ever made me cry. No, fuck that movie. I didn't cry for them. I said fuck you, movie. That's what I said when the reveal happened. The trailer was complete bullshit. I fucking hate that movie. Fucking hate that movie. Fucking hate that movie, and my housemate is probably screaming at me right now. But yeah, I'll say it again. Fuck that movie. That movie sucks. Tyler Van, I cried at the end of Ice Age. That's a new one. What was it that made you cry at the end of Ice Age? I'm your therapist now, Tyler. Let me know what happened there. The book Bridge to Terabithia, I cried a lot. Tony Movie Chappie, do you guys think that Rotten Tomatoes sometimes do fake reviews on the... No, and they don't do reviews. They just aggregate reviews that already exist everywhere. Rotten Tomatoes is simply an aggregator. And look, I don't like Rotten Tomatoes. It's very public knowledge. I do not like Rotten Tomatoes, so I'm not trying to defend them. But they just gather reviews that exist, and they say this percentage of people that have reviewed the movie like the movie or dislike the movie, and then they do the audience thing. Zach, anything to add to that?
no.
Okay.
Stop trying to make the thing with that. It's...
Yeah. Jack Alexander, my favorite What We Do in the Shadows episode is
Don't
when
spoil
they do
anything, I'm not gonna,
hosted by... Okay, I know what you're talking about. My favorite is probably the vampire meeting, the council meeting, and you get to see a lot of people in that episode. That's all I'm gonna say. All right, let's get these last few ones because we're already almost going overtime. GKOP, I say Zach, you should get back on the Orville because it does get better and it's a really good show. I can't wait for season 3. Me neither, because season 3 has been coming for a while now. Since season 2 improved on some issues I had with season 1. I agree with that. So yeah, Zach, look into getting back on the Orville when you can. I think Vision's death scene in Infinity War is arguably the most emotional and epic scene in the MCU. So I don't agree that I wasn't invested in Wanda and Vision already, but WandaVision made them top tier MCU with the likes of Tony and Cap. That I agree with. Very much. Zach, you as well?
The death scene is emotional. I actually think the newest one is the best one, though.
Oh, really?
Yeah, when she's holding his head. It makes
I think you have a good argument there.
Just because I think at that point, we believe it. But again, I need to rewatch Infinity War now because it might be affected differently. I said in my WandaVision full spoiler review that the reason I love WandaVision is because now when I go back and watch stuff with them, there's more things to it now. And I'm happy because I think, what did they say? Kevin Feige said Phase 4 is an amalgamation of the past, the present, and the future of the Marvel Cinematic Universe from where we see the characters. And like, I'm excited to see Falcon Winter Soldier. Do we know when that takes place? I'm gonna look that up. I don't know if that's out yet.
No, we don't know yet. I don't even know if the people who've seen the first episode know that yet.
When does Falcon Winter Soldier take place? Let's see. No, that's not my answer. Okay, yeah. They keep saying it just keeps showing where they filmed it. So I'm guessing it's not out there. If I were to take a guess, I'm going to assume directly after Endgame.
Okay.
Maybe a couple months, maybe a couple weeks, but definitely right after Endgame. Because we got to remember, they were both blipped. So they've been gone for 5 years.
True. I want more Hayward. I like him as a villain. Ooh, I don't. Given that nothing happens with him, I thought the character was very weak, and the actor was honestly very, very weak. I know how that comes across for me, because I was theorizing, but I felt something off from him from the first time he showed up in WandaVision. And only after that, I started looking. There should be a reason why he's this bad of an actor, you know. So I just
He
take
plays
that
such
character
a
off.
cliche villain character.
Yeah, cliched, one note, and again, my biggest problem really was the actor himself. Just, wasn't good. For all the amazing performances that are Emmy nomination worthy in the show, Hayward was really its weakest spot. Eric Thorpe, yeah, I don't really full on cry, but Tony's death in Endgame, as well as a lot of scenes in WandaVision, made me close to tearing up. I'm one of the few people who didn't actually full on cry in WandaVision, but Tony's death, yeah, for sure. But I was already crying by that point. It just turned from happiness to sadness then.
I cried in episode 8 of WandaVision.
Yeah, I was in tears. I was like, the tears were here in episode 8, but they didn't actually start.
What do we say? 2 more?
3 more. Let's get this one. GKP, what about a show for Lady Sif from Thor? She was probably the most interesting of those Warriors friends of his. Yeah, I'd be in for it. The Warriors 3 are dead anyway, and she's probably gonna die in Love and Thunder though.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That's what I was just about to say. I'm like, she's dead. She's that's it.
Yeah. All right, Zach.
Dude,
this one's gonna be more for you than for me.
You imagine? So we've already seen that they're doing the whole play thing again in Thor: Love and Thunder.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if Gore just comes through and just fucking kills everyone on stage?
That's amazing. I want to see that.
That's what I'm thinking.
Holy
I'm like,
shit! Yeah.
Shit, could you? Because they're all technically gods. So
yeah,
like it just comes through, and that's like his introduction.
Yeah, that'd be amazing. Jack Alexander, do you think we'll see another Uncharted game? If so, do you think it'll be a reboot, sequel, spin-off?
I have an answer.
I'm going to let you go first.
Yes. It's already leaked out that it is, but it's not Naughty Dog making it. Sony made a studio that was that was created by people from Santa Monica and Naughty Dog, pretty much all their big studios, and they went and made a studio to where, from what I understand, and it hasn't been announced yet what the studio's name is, but I think it's out in San Francisco. I could be wrong, but from what I understand is that this studio is all they're in charge of is making sequels, spin-offs, reboots to games that these companies don't have the time to make anymore. Like, they're like, okay, like Naughty Dog, for instance, they don't want to focus on Uncharted anymore. But they're like, we still have stories to tell. We just don't have time now. We want to move on to different things. So here's the plot. Here's the story of what we have. Make the game. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of what it is. I've heard that they're doing that with Uncharted. There's rumors, Jack and Daxter. I need to see what it is. I think if we do get anything of that nature, if we get a sequel, it's going to be Nathan Drake's daughter. 100% it'll be Nathan Drake's daughter. If we get a spin-off, it'll be... from the spin-off they did with Chloe, which makes sense because that spin-off was great. The spin-off was great. I'm not open to the idea because I think 4 ended so perfectly, but I'm open to the idea of just seeing how it ends up going. What I do know though is that Naughty Dog is creating a brand new IP right now, and they're also working on a multiplayer game, which is probably The Last of Us Factions. Which, if you ever got to play The Last of Us online for the first game, that is some of the best online. You don't play it now because it's absolutely fucking ass and bullshit because so many cheaters and shit like that. But when that game mode first came out, it's literally like playing a Last of Us level because you literally have to sneak around, build parts, and shoot. It's really intense. Like, it's really intense. And this is back when I wasn't even really that into multiplayer. So definitely, yeah.
All right. No more questions. Let's just address. I don't think there was any bad actors in WandaVision. Look. I just think that the guy couldn't give a good performance because Hayward was very one note, the character himself. So he couldn't help it. The guy has a lot of credits on IMDb. I've never seen him in anything, but clearly in Hollywood they like him. So I'm not saying he's a bad actor in general, just the character was so one note, so written with only one purpose and no nuance. The actor himself couldn't really do much with him. He didn't really have a lot of meat to chew on that bone, unfortunately. So, if they bring him back, just write him better, and I'll be open to it. I won't like it going into it just because I don't care for the character. But, anything could surprise me. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, that does it for this week's Geeks of the Roundtable. My name is Ren. This is Zach. Zach, what do you have coming up, and where can people find you online?
Fuck, what don't I have coming up? This is probably one of the biggest weeks for film and TV in ever.
Wow.
We have the Snyder Cut this week. We have
Falcon
and Winter Soldier. You and me will be doing a spoiler discussion with a group of people that I have announced on Twitter. We're going to have 6 people join that roundtable next Sunday. Not this one, but the next one. So that'll be a fun. We want to have you guys join in for that. Falcon and Winter Soldier as well. Like I said, I'll be having a non-spoiler review and a spoiler review of that. Pretty much back to back. Invincible, I'm excited to watch. I feel like there's something else I'm forgetting. Oh, The Courier. I saw that with Benedict Cumberbatch.
Oh.
Do not sleep on that movie. That movie is great, and it comes out Friday. So if you really want a nice little spy thriller to go and watch, go watch it. Like I went into it thinking, oh, this is gonna be another Bridge of Spies. It's gonna be enjoyable. It's really good, and it's probably his best performance since The Imitation Game. He is fucking incredible in there. And I think my one issue with it, because I'll have a full review up probably Tuesday. Oscar reactions too. I'll be doing a reaction to the Oscar nominees. That's also a thing. Forgot about that.
I'll probably do that too.
Okay. So. But yeah, I think that's it. Yeah. That's it. Thanks for having me, always, buddy. I love doing this. And
of course.
How did you guys like it on Saturday? I kind of liked it. More people seemed joined. We weren't short on questions ever. So
we got our good friends, likes, our old faithfuls, always here.
1 dislike.
Of course, there's always one.
Fuck you.
It's still giving us traction, so you know.
Yeah.
But yeah. I also got the Snyder Cut. I'll have a review for Invincible on Friday because that's when the embargo lifts for the first 3 episodes. Review for Falcon and Winter Soldier on Friday. And Dota, Dragon's Blood on Thursday. That's when the embargo lifts for that one. And yeah, those are just some of the reviews. I'll also have an Oscar reactions. And tomorrow I'll be on the Geekly Goods channel at... So whatever time it is now, minus 1 hour tomorrow, I will be on Geekly Goods to talk some anime, just shoot some shit with Leo.
Something. Yeah. You remember how last year, around this time, our times got mixed up because Arizona is not on daylight savings time starts tomorrow.
Yeah.
So we definitely have to figure out our times for next week.
Just 1 hour later, I guess, for you.
Okay.
Yeah, because for me it's the afternoon, so it's the same.
9 o'clock right now. So. Tomorrow, it should be 8. So, I'm 1 hour behind now.
Okay, so if we start, if next week we start 1 hour earlier from now, it'll be 8 o'clock for you.
So we start at 7 my time today, so it'd be 6.
Yeah.
Which
okay.
I don't give a fuck.
No, but we don't need to start Look, it's 4 p.m. for me, so if you want to start at this time, it's fine. Whatever. But we'll get a better notion of it. Yeah. We'll let you guys know. We'll post it on Twitter, on our YouTube community tab.
It'll be around the same time.
Yeah. So pay attention to that. Go follow us if you're not following us on Twitter or on Instagram. All our links are in the description. And again, everyone, thank you. Thank you so much for joining us for 2 hours. Special shout out to Nate Ankenbauer and Ryan O'Toole for the donations. G. Chloe P, Eric Thorpe, Jack Alexander, everyone for sticking around to the end. Tyler Van, everyone. Thank you so much. Until the next one, love each other.
May the force be
love
with
the
you.
Movies.